Hi everyone, it's Liz from Crafting with Nani. How is your Tuesday? If you see that red live button, that means we're live. And if it's not, you're watching a replay. If you could do the hashtag replay, that would be awesome because Facebook lets me know. And then I can go say hi to you. I do go back and I watch for comments and stuff like that. So this is Guided Creations Craft Go. Hi Mary, thank you for being the first one I see. Here's your hearts. So if you're watching on Guided Creations Printable Designs, you can just refresh your page. I'm going to take 1 second, see if I can find myself, and then I will try and share myself out. Hi Sandy, here's some hearts for you too. Thank you for coming in. And Julie St. Pierre. Let's see, what else can we do? We can do balloons, I think it does balloons. Woo, come on, do your balloons. Balloons are so hard to get. It doesn't want to get balloons. But let me share myself out. I'll kick out my own cow patties here for a second, and then we'll get going. So if you're playing along, Cynthia from Guided Creations has some bingo cards that you can play along with. There she is there. Hello, hello, Cynthia. So you can download the bingo cards and play along and then mark off everything and get a bango. So I think I have myself shared out, and for the moment I can see comments. So that's awesome. So my prompts are, I have 3 of them. Unfortunately, this was the only free printable I got to print out. So we're going to do a couple of things with this. And then she does have in her Etsy shop or Ko-Fi where you can download the entire kit that's botanicals. And then I think it's also, I wrote it down. You think I would have had it, right? Botanical, it's in my description what it is that she has, but I know it's botanicals, and then I know it's cottage, is it cottage something, cottage or cottage feel or something like that, cottage something. I didn't write it down, but it's in my description. I know I got the balloons back, and I got the hearts back, and I got all the good stuff back. That's so fun. You got the thumbs up, and then we can do fireworks, and it's amazing. So I'm going to bring the camera down so everybody can see what I'm working on. So I have number 63, which is tassels. I have number 58, which is stars, and I have 43, which is hinge tabs. So those are my 3 prompts that we're going to be working on today. So if you have the bingo cards already printed out, you can play along, or you can, mark off your bingo cards. I don't know why those didn't get back in where I was going to put them. I was trying frantically to find a star. I don't have anything to make a star out of. Hi Renee, hi Tracy, thanks for coming in. How's everybody's weather? We got an alert today from Miss Alexa saying that we have a flood warning. So if I lose you, it's because of that. Right now the winds are picking up. We could get up to 5 inches of rain today. So that's kind of scary. 5 inches of rain in one time is scary. So I mean, the ranch needs it, but not 5 inches at one time. Happy birthday, Renee. I'm gonna grab it real quick. Sorry about that. I hate to always leave the camera like that. I hate it, but I didn't bring it close enough. So I went to Five Below the other day. If you were watching my live the other day, I showed it. But I went to Five Below and I bought this massive rug. It's pretty big. It's like a, well, it's definitely a yard wide. And I'm not sure, I think it's 5 feet long. It was $7 at Five Below. And I started taking it apart. I've only managed to take like 2 inches or so apart from it. And I got this bag full of material just from that alone. This is full, and all I did was, so far, I've taken 2 inches off of that rug. So this is what we're gonna make our tassels with today. And it is so fun. I made one earlier because I wanted to see if I could do it on this. So I this is kind of what we're going to be making. And I'm just, like I said, this bag is full, and I've only unraveled 2 inches of that. Oh, no, that's okay. I'll figure this out. But look at all this fabric that's in there. I just love it. So I'm just picking out a couple of fabrics that we can start making some tassels with. And I will do that. And then I have some stuff I want to make the hinge with. But look at the size of the fabric. You can't buy fabric for $7. You know, it's like sometimes it's $6 just for a yard of fabric. Can you imagine how much fabric? And this came from India, so I'm not 100% sure, you know, where India got their fabric from, but I don't really care. I mean, to me, if it's India fabric, that's even better, you know. But the colors that are inside of it are just gorgeous, you know. So, hi Julie, how are you? Hi Roberta, how are you? Hey Jan, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Jan Marie, thank you so much for coming in. But, you know, some of the fabric that was in it has a couple of these little spots on them. But who cares? You know, we're making tassels out of it. I haven't found anything that was unusable yet. But like I said, no, this is the only one that so far that I took out that looked like it had been sewn on a sewing machine. And then ripped apart and put in here. But do I care? No, we're going to make a tassel out of it. I don't care at all. It just gives me double the layers of, you know, I don't know if somebody was practicing a sewing stitch or what, you know, kind of deal. But I'm just going to, you know, we'll just see if it'll, this one doesn't want to rip very well, so we might have to cut that. But let's start with what I got right now. And, but like I said, if I happen to lose you, it's because of a storm. So don't panic. I'll be fine. It hasn't started raining yet. Yesterday it was so crazy. These ladies that live in New York and stuff sent me their rain. It was sunny as can be. I mean, it was as sunny as it could be. And during my live, it started to rain. So I want to fold this down. I don't need it this wide. And I think this was the one that didn't like to rip. I tried ripping it earlier. So all I'm doing is kind of folding it up and then folding it up and folding it up kind of into itself. And then I'm going to take my well, I might take my scissors. I'm going to take these scissors because the other scissors are locked up, and I'm just going to make little strips out of it. And so that way it's not as wide. And now we have, you know, a smaller strip to make my tassels with. And I should have got my little tassel maker thing out, which I didn't get, but it's right here. It is right here if I can get it. It's like, you know, getting a square peg out of a round hole. So I do have this this little guy that's gifted to me. Can you believe that? Somebody actually gifted it to me. But I want to make my tassels a couple of different ways. I want to make them, I have these clamps, and I want to use these clamps to make a few of them. Hi Cheryl, how are you today? Hi Kenna, how are you today? Thank you so much. If I had known, Liz, I am sorry. I don't know what you're sorry about. I messaged you and said I didn't get any of the downloads, if that's what we're still talking about, but it's all good. So, yeah, David's the tassel master. Well, I'm not a tassel master, but I've made a few. So I'm going to just see if this one will rip for us. Because, like I said, I don't really want them that wide. That one rips pretty good. So that's neat. So that's pretty good. We can get 2 out of that one. And let me make sure I'm getting them the same height. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put them over here. Now this one didn't, you know, I didn't get it cut very well, but who cares? It's in a tassel, right? Does it matter? No. I mean, it might matter to some people, but it don't matter to me. Levels and layers and different stuff. Now this looks like it's a pretty nice cotton, so this one hopefully should rip. Look how nicely that one ripped. Don't you love that noise? I love it. So I'm going to cut that in half. And we're just going to make some tassels and take our time. We don't need to rush. We have an hour here. Up after me is Tamara. So you can just refresh your page. If you're watching it under Guided Creations page, you can just refresh your page and watch her there. She'll be up next. And I don't know what her prompts are. I mean, they're in our group chat, but I didn't write down her prompts. So I can't tell you what bingo you'll get. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I didn't get the file. It sent me to where I could buy it, but I didn't want to buy it, so I didn't buy it. But that's all it sent me to, is where I could buy the. When I downloaded it, it just took me to where the Etsy store is to buy. So I didn't buy it to download, but it is available there. So everybody go get it. It looks beautiful. I did look through it, and it will be a fun printable for you guys. So I encourage you to go and, support small businesses. That's what we all are. We're small businesses here trying to, to survive. So I'm sure Cynthia would be awfully grateful if somebody went to the Etsy store and get it. I don't have Ko-Fi. I know that she uses Ko-Fi as well. I don't have that download. Now, I will let you know that there are a lot of strings. But, strings are good, especially, if you're a junk journal like I am. And that really does make a really pretty something. So, okay, so we have some colors here. Is what I'm saying a lot, and I don't mean to. I don't know why I got that in my uncle, who was a doctor, used to say it all the time. He'd go, and it used to drive me nuts, and here I am saying it. He's passed now, but I always thought it was so funny because he was, like I said, he was a doctor, and he would say, all the time. He would just go, and I'm like, that's not very convincing when you're a doctor and you're telling, that's not going to work that way. So we'll put that one aside before I keep trying it. So I want to break this one down again. He passed a few years ago, so we don't have any free doctoring anymore in our family. He actually was my children's doctor for most of their lives. Well, their childhood lives. He was their doctor. So it was kind of always fun. It was fun when I was the youngest grandchild. Out of all the kids, there was 10 of us grandkids. Hey, you know what? It's so funny. I just realized that my grandma had 10 grandkids, and I have 10 grandkids. I can't believe how much I am like my grandma. And I don't know how many great grandkids she had by the time that she passed away. But family gatherings at our household when we were kids wasn't always fun for us children, because when we saw my uncle show up, we kind of knew that we could be either a guinea pig or he'd bring out his medical bags and we would all scatter, because it was like, we all get our shots today, kind of deal. And I was, like I said, he would always start with the oldest and I was the youngest, and by the time I got to me, it was like he couldn't even find me. I was gone. So, but he was, like I said, he was my children's doctor all the way up until they got grown up, actually. And then he moved off and bought a ranch and semi-retired. Do we have this blue? Yeah, we already have that. Okay, so let's put our pile of beautiful scrap material. And like I said, this is actually really some nice material that came out of that rug. It cost $7. I was amazed. Somebody asked, did it have a lot of dust? I don't see a lot of dust, but I do see a lot of little strings. So let's see which size of these. Let me see. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Linda Martin. Hi, Teresa. How are you? I just want to make sure I haven't missed anybody. And Jan Marie, and anybody is new, and there's Missy. My name is Liz. We live on a ranch in West Texas, and we have 4 generations that live on the ranch. So I got these from Amazon. Let's see if it says what the name of them are in any kind of an English. Okay, it says there was 150 pieces. They're iron ribbon brads for jewelry making. So I ordered the set that looked, that had different metal textures to it. And I actually want to add one to this keychain, but do I have rose gold? No. I have a gold, but I don't have a rose gold. So I won't be using this just yet. But I do have this really cute silver little doggy that I might add it to. So let's do a silver one. And they're different lengths and different sizes. This is more of like that darker, kind of like, I don't want to say the word because I don't want to get kicked off, but you know what I'm saying. Different color silver, a darker silver. How's that? I'm just trying to find the widest one, and it looks like this one might be the widest one, and it is 1 inch wide. So we're going to get one of those out. And like I said, I've only made one using this technique. And this one was actually 3/4 of an inch. And it was a little hard to get it to hold in. Hi, Rebecca. How are you today? So let's move these out of our way. I'll just set them right there. And I don't want to make it so thick that I can't get it to fit inside of this little clamp here. So we're just going to take a few colors and we're just going to line them up, and we'll see which colors go best together. Right now it seems like I've taken a lot of the dark colors, and I don't necessarily want it all so dark. I think I want more than 4 tassels, hanging down. So, those are a nice color group together. I do have 2 of that greenish color. So let's add maybe a dark brown in the midst of that. And we'll see whether or not we like it. We don't have to rush. We have a whole hour. This one is number 63. If you're playing around with us, it's called Tassel. So all I'm doing right now, and I could use my little tool here, I guess, and get it kind of tucked in there nicely where it looks like it's, fairly straight on both sides. But I'm not winding it up. I'm actually going to lay it inside of that grommet, or whatever you want to call that, ribbon holder thing, and make it that way. So having this here really is not helping too much, other than it did give me a little spot here. So I am going to try and hold it as tight as I can. Now this could be a total fail. I did go into my husband's toolbox and get a bigger one of these because mine wasn't as big. And we have that. So I need to move it out just a little bit because it's 1 inch wide. Oh, I moved it too much. That was too much. I do want to be able to gather, grab each and every one of them. Now you can add, we could add a length of this chain in here too. Don't tell Tim I'm using my scissors. Please don't tell him. Don't tell Tim. He'll get so mad. So if we want to, we can add a chain to give us a little bit of sparkle down it. I might want to move this one off real quick, put my ribbon back in there, and pop this back on just so it has kind of where it's hidden inside of there a little bit. All right, we're going to try this one more. We're going to try and see if we have it together. And I'm going to put these in the new little booth that I'm setting up tomorrow at the consignment shop, if they turn out halfway decent. I almost like it. I don't know. I liked it the way I had it until I moved it. And why did I go and move it? Why did I move it? So now I have to do it again. So let's get this guy back here. And we'll get that in there again. And then I think I will add our little rhinestone first, or in the middle there. I just want the clamp to have something to clamp onto that, you know, not just hitting that metal. That's the reason why I moved it down. Okay, so now we have that again. Let me grab it back up again. And then I'm just kind of folding it over my finger just so I can get a flat piece. And then we're gonna take our silver, and these have little hookies, you know, little grabby things on them. You know, like clamp, like little fingernails. I'm gonna take my little hooky thing, and they make a tool that actually fits this. And I'm just using this tool. But they do make one. You can buy, I was looking at it, and you can actually get the tool in with the kit if you want to. So now we have a little tassel. And it has that little bit of a rhinestone in it, which is kind of cute. And then we can put... oh, I was going to put that dog on. I was going to put that dog on it. So it is silver, so I'm going to, I didn't bring my jump rings over here. But I think I will add this to maybe a keychain or something like that. But I forgot to add my clippy things. But I can, I do have these here. We'll just use a bulb pen for the moment. So I have my bulb pens, and I'll just, since it's silver, I'm just going to add a silver bulb pen to the end. And we have that, but I'll end up putting it not in a, I'll put it like in a, what are those, I can't even think of what the name of it is. I'll put one of these things on it, one of those little ring things on it. But I didn't get them out. But now we have like this, and I think this is so cute because it says Bob's on it. Bob's Sketchers. And I thought, oh man, my husband's name is Bob. That's perfect for him. But that's like a little keychain thing. So we have that one. So let's make one more, and then we'll move on to the, hi Sue B, how are you? I liked what you did. Thank you for kicking out the cow patties. It's so appreciated. Hi, Lisa Stiegel. How are you, my friend? My husband keeps sending Lisa invoices for things she doesn't buy. And I asked her today if she wanted me to send my husband to her. Just like, she kind of laughs, so I don't think she wants them. I'm like going, oh my gosh. She didn't even buy anything, and he's sending her an invoice. I guess the guy's just trying to make me some extra money, but I'm like, really? So we have another brown. We have that blue. And this time I'm just going to kind of, since I know it's like an inch, I'm going to just put a couple of them like that. I don't think that tassel thing is really helping me at all. Trying to keep it straight at all. But this is going to be fun. These would be fun to put like in your journals, hanging it off of your spine in your journals, or making them for your purses to have hanging off of your purses, or key ring, or do we need one more color? Let's see. We can use, I could grab another color out of my kit. We already have that color in there. To me, it just seems like it's missing something. Let's just put this little bright pink one in. And we'll flip it back over. And, you know, these are not big tassels at all by any means. You know, we can make them bigger, but I don't know how big these clamp things would work for, you know, how thick you can make them. We could try and make a really thick one. I made a thick one the other day to go into my little store or my shelf. And my daughter said, well, that's too big. But I made this one yesterday, which I like it big and chunky like that. And it has like a little thing to hang off of. So that's what I did yesterday. And my daughter was saying, I think you should make them smaller. And I'm like, okay. But the new generation knows it all, right? But those are the ones that are out spending the money. So I guess they do know what they want. So I'm just going to take my big old clampy tool here that says channel lock. That's what this is a channel lock. I don't think it was meant for this, but that's what we're using it for. What does David use to get his tightened? I think you guys do the round ones, don't you? But there we have another one, so that's cute. Hi, Bev. How are you doing? How is it across the pond today? Thank you for coming in and watching. We're just making some tassels. And if you're playing along with the bingo, it's number 63. So now we made 2 tassels so far. And I think we'll move on now to the next one. And I'll just set that aside. And then we can come back to that if we have more time. But I do want to get all 3 of my prompts together. And I want to put all of this back so I don't lose any of them. Like I said, I got this kit from Amazon. If anybody wants me to share the link, I am an affiliate now for Amazon. Not that I've made a penny, but that's okay. Whoa. I will share the link in the thing if anybody's interested in this kit. So I'll just share the link to my page. But I like it. I think it's fun. You could, if you were doing maybe like a belly band, or if you were doing something for your journal, you could actually put the ribbon on both sides and have it, and then it would be a nice closure for your journal, which is a great idea. So I could put one, I could have it, a ribbon on this side, say, of my journal, and then put one of them on this side, and then wrap my ribbon around, and then add another one to that side, and then it would be a nice closure. So that's originally what I got them for. Have I done that yet? No. I have not. But I probably will do that on my ranch journal that I'm working on. So our next goal right now is we're going to work on number 58, which is the star. I don't have a star. I was looking all over for a star. I was looking to see if I had a stencil that was a star. I have nothing except for this paper that has this star on it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut out this star. And we're going to use that. So here I am, fussy cutting out a star. But I looked to see if I had a die cut that had a star on it. I did not. I looked to see if I had an embossing folder that had stars on it. I did not. I looked to see if I had any, oh my goodness, dropping my tassels. I would look to see if I had any stencils like this that had stars on it. I did not. So I thought, well, I knew I had this paper because I used it the other day, in the Memorial Day when I went on. So I knew I had this at least. So hi Monica, thanks for coming in. I know I didn't. I should have asked you to make me a star real quick, but I thought, oh well, I had this one paper, so it's okay. This will work. I mean, it definitely has stars on it, right? It will count. So I don't know how. I do have somebody's kit that I have, but that's for a special event, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to take it out of her event pile, you know what I mean, and that wouldn't be fair to her. So I said, no, don't do that. So so we're just gonna make do with what we have. And I had this piece of paper, and apparently I don't have very much patriotic papers at all in my house. I don't know why. I kind of, wanted to say that maybe it's because my brother was Jehovah's Witness and he lived with us for a while, and I just didn't have, that kind of patriotic stuff hanging around. I don't know. But I didn't have any, so I was thinking this might be cute to put inside of this other star. So I'm just going to cut it out real quick, and we'll see if it looks funny in there, if it looks cute in there. But it is red, white, and blue, and it is a star. And like I said, that's number 58. If anybody has put the bingo cards and have them printed out, I did save them to my desktop, but I didn't know if she wanted me to post them to my page. But they're on Guided Creations page. So you can get your bingo cards and download them so you can play along with everybody. This is a 3-day event right now set up. So this is the first day. And like I said, Tamara will be on after me. And I don't know what she's got going, but I'm sure it'll be something fabulous. So I got a little white there. No, Susan, don't have any white on it, right? So I kind of like that sitting on top of that other star. I think it actually makes it look better than the original papers like that, but I think it'll look better having the red, white, and blue with the red, white, and blue on top of it. So you got them. Oh, good. So are you playing along then? Did you have any of my numbers? Did you get bingo yet? So I like that. So I'm going to move that off right now before I end up with it everywhere. And we'll get our glue out, and I'm going to glue that one on top of the other. I'm wondering if I want to do a dot and have it lifted just a bit. Do I want to do that? I could do it if I know I had those dots right here yesterday. So what did I do with them? There they are. I knew I had them. So I could use this little dot, and that would kind of raise up that one star and give it a little bit of a 3D effect. And that would be cute. So that's what we did. I just kind of popped that star just so you can see that the star is popped. No bingo yet. Yeah, my luck. That's my luck. I think I've only called bingo a couple of times in my lifetime. So I like that star, actually. I really do. And then I will put it on one of these little envelopes and use it as a pocket. So that'll be cute to do, and I'll do that. But I want to stamp something on the pocket first, just to have like a little background on it. So let's see, what color do I want to use? It doesn't really matter, huh? I do have Frayed Jean. It's a blue color. So let's do that. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this Tim Holtz paper here. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the back side of this paper because we're going to use Cynthia's paper and to make our next little project with. So I'm just going to put that down just so we have some kind of something. Just so we have some kind of something. So how is everybody's today? Everybody having Taco Tuesday with me? Who's having their Taco Tuesday? I am. I am having my Taco Tuesday. So I'm just going to distress that with that blue. And it really won't matter on the card that on the paper that I'm going to cut up because I am going to be gluing it onto these other things. So that part doesn't matter. But that gave the card something just besides just being white, right? And now we can glue that star on there. And that'll be cute. So I like that. And then I can put it in a journal. I can put it in my Memorial Day journal or whatever I was making. I don't know. I'll use it for something. I can use it on a memory dex card or I can do something with it. Save it for maybe a 4th of July journal I might do. But that's cute. So this is number 58. And we did that. And I like it. It's cute. It'll make a little cute pocket for something. And it's a star. So we did 2 out of the 3 things already. Just trying to find a place to put that so I don't lose it. We all know Liz can't handle a dirty desk. So our next prompt that we have is hinge tabs. It's number 43. Anybody gonna call bingo? Bingo! Number 43. And I'm gonna go ahead and use these little pockets again. But we're going to use these papers that we got from Cynthia. It's the only one I got from her, so I'm gonna use it because it is very cute. I do love the mushrooms and the flowers. And I am going to just cut down this way on here. Don't want to cut that little mushroom's head off. And then I'm going to also cut this side down. Yeah, see, I'm saying to myself, do I want, hi Joelle, how are you? How's California? I was going to throw that away, but I thought, oh, that's pretty good size paper, so we'll keep it. I'm a crazy girl. So now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on. Oh, there's the rain started. So I am going to cut out, not really fussy cut, but I want to get as much of this flower as I can and put on here. So I am going to kind of bubble it a little bit, but I'm going to distress around it. And can you hear the rain hitting my window? I haven't got my carport in yet. I'm trying to get a carport built. You guys really helped me out the other day with my sale. And I think I'm going to get my carport really soon. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take a different color. I don't want to use the blue on this because it's pinks. So I'm going to put my blue away. And I think I'm going to use, Vintage Photo to distress it with. Whoa, it's raining. I hope it doesn't rain this hard the whole time, because if it does, well, I'm lucky my house is like 3 feet off the ground, so I'm okay, but the roads won't be, and my horse is out there. He's a Mustang. It's bred in him to deal with the environment. But I really hope we're not going to get 5 inches, because really that is flooding. So I'm going to put that on here. I am going to go ahead and lay the back down and distress the card too, because it is screaming white at me, right? So I'm just going to distress this card. And don't worry, I know it's a hinge and I've got a plan. So I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm going to glue that on there. Ooh, it's raining. Let's hope we don't lose internet or power. So I'm going to do that. And then I have a whale tail that makes the punch. So I'm going to unlock it. And I have this paper here. And with it, you have to fold, on my system, I have to fold it in half. So I'm just going to give myself enough room to fold this paper in half to make the whale tails. So I'm going to fold it in half. Say, Toto, here we come. So I'm going to find my, I can use this one. I don't like using this one, but I am going to use it just so I can, for time-wise. I'm just going to score this so it's easier for me to fold. Didn't even score it nicely. But we're going to just, somebody's throwing rain at my house. No. Somebody is literally throwing rain at my house. No, it sounds like. So now I'm going to take this and we're going to make some really cute hinges. And I'm just sticking it in and we'll pop them out. And while I'm here, I might as well just go ahead and make a few. And drop that one on the floor. But if you have one of these things, you can take one of her printables and make your hinges from her cute printables. She's got all kinds of gears in it if you're trying to do something gear type, or if you're trying to do something with flowers. And actually, I always think that part is so cute, and I like to use them on my journal like that, because to me it looks like a tulip, you know, kind of deal. And I just glue them in on edges of my, so I save this part, which I'm crazy. So we have 15 minutes. So I'm gonna slow my roll down a little bit. So let's decorate another one of these cards together. And I'm just going to like fussy cut this flower out, you know, the botanical part of it. And super cute. And that'll be nice. So we have that. And we're going to take another one of these envelopes. Now this is where I have to think. I have to think, but nothing's happening. So I'm going to, Day wants to give me a loan. So I'm going to put these together to make like a little tab book out of these. So I think that's right. Okay, I was just trying to see if I want to put it on, if I need to put it on this side or not. And I do. So we're going to distress this. Boy, that wind is a-blowing. And it's coming in from the south, so it must be coming in off the Gulf. I don't know. I kind of blamed you guys in New York yesterday for sending it to me, because literally they're like, oh, it just stopped raining here, and then all of a sudden it just started raining at my house. So I did blame you guys a little bit. So let's see. Yeah, I want a carport. I need a carport bad. I want to do the same as my, I have a module home, you know, and it's 1,900 square foot module home. And I have the patio. I think you guys have seen, you know, whoever's followed me has seen, you know, I've taken pictures out there of the horse and stuff like that of my patio. And I want to put that on the other side for my carport. So I'm having to save up money to pay for that. Now, do we need two? I think this pocket's small enough to get away with just putting one on there. I really do. I think it is. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna glue. Now I'm gonna cover the back, so it really doesn't matter. I'd rather have you guys, does it matter? Let's do it this way in case I don't get the whole back covered. My intent is to cover the back side too. But just in case you can see this, I will not. And the mushrooms that I wanted to use are sideways. So if I did do it sideways, it would work. All right, let's see about cutting this out before I mess this up. Did that even cut? No. Normally I don't get very nervous at all over storms. I really don't, because there's nothing I can do about it other, when you get nervous, it just makes it worse. So what the Lord gives me is what I will deal with, I don't have a storm shelter, so I don't have to worry about going and finding a storm shelter because I don't have one. Okay, so this fits on the back of my tag perfectly, and I like that. So now I'm going to, I wish I would have seen that I could have flipped it, but that's okay because I can put it in the book sideways. But now I'm going to glue the tab under here so you don't see it at all. So I'm going to glue my tab underneath that paper. And this was one of her free printables that you can get with the mushrooms and the pretend. And that's really cute. So let me get my glue out. I'm going to put some glue here. I left my glue cap on too long. So let me put some glue on here. I hope everybody, I did turn it down, yeah. Okay, I'm like, I hope everybody can see. And then I'm gonna have to put some glue on this side of the tab. And I wasted that pretty paper because I really didn't need it. So sometimes if you have a plan ahead of time, it's better to have your plan ahead of time so you're not wasting paper that could be used for something else, So I'm gonna put this one on this direction right now. And we will glue it on. As long as it doesn't hail, we'll be all right. It's when it hails that my poor car has to take that out of use. I already have some hail marks, but I'm worried about the hail hitting the window here. So hopefully, if I get 2 more sales, I will be able to get my carport put in. So my minister is going to come over and give me a quote for the labor part of it, which I think is great. So I like that. So now we're going to attach it to the other card, and we're kind of just making a little 2-sided pocket kind of deal. So let me cut out this side of this mushroom, and we'll put it on the other side. And I think it's so cute. I'm just cutting off the white strips. And then we have those cute little single mushrooms. And then we have these individual ones that I can fussy cut out and use those. So I've actually used my whole page that I've gotten from Cynthia. The whole page. I've used the whole page. But you guys can go to the Etsy shop, and it's reasonable. It's only, I think it was only like, I think, Cynthia, isn't it 30% off if they buy today? I think that's what she said. So now I have to get my little dyslexic brain to start working here for a minute, because I have my mushrooms going this way. So do I want my mushrooms the same direction, or do I want it this way? Now, if you're opening it up, you're going to see the mushrooms that way. I think I really want it to go back this way. Okay. I think that's what I want. All right, we're going to glue. We're going to glue again. Hi, Krista. How are you? Thank you for coming in and watching today. How's your weather doing? I should have asked, Christy Sloan had messaged me to ask how my foot was doing, and I should have asked her how her weather is, because they usually get the storms. She doesn't live but a couple hours from me, and she usually gets the storms before me. I should have asked her how big of a storm is coming, but I didn't ask her. Okay, so now we're going to glue this again. And this could go in any of my journals. You know, you can just sit and make ephemera all day long and have it ready to go for when you're going to build something. Okay, so we have it going this way. And I'm just sliding that into place. And now I have 2 pockets with the tab in between. And I think I have enough. I don't have any more of the inside tabs, but I could use this mushroom as one of the pockets. So my intent was to do 3. So let me find another set of these flowers real quick. And we will make it look super cute. Super cute, super cute. So let's flip it around so we have the same thing going. Let me use this as my guide here. Just so I'm trying to be good and not distress my board too much. Not easy to do in my life. So now I'm just gonna distress this side of the envelope. And I want to distress that too. I know, Two Sister Jam, Dana lives about an hour towards Dallas from me, and Stacy lives an hour the other direction, and I'm like, we got to get together and meet kind of deal. So that would be super fun to do. Get all of our Texas buddies together. So let me just put this back on where I distressed it so it looks like it belongs there. And now I need to cut my mushrooms out. I'm going to cut my mushrooms out to fit this side. And might be losing a little bit of my mushroom cap down, or the bottom of my mushroom. I'm just going to lose a little bit of my mushroom bottom, and then I'm just going to take it straight to the top of that one mushroom. And then we're going to distress this one because it is really white. I know I didn't distress the others, but I might not need to because I didn't. Let me just distress this side. We'll fix that because now I distressed it. So let me distress this one a little bit just so it's not so bright and white. So we're going to put that one on here. It is a little bit taller than the other one, so I might have to just move it down a little bit and take a little bit more of the bottom off. Have I lost anybody yet? Are you guys all still here? I hate that when it drags. I hate that. Okay, so now we have it down here, and that's perfect. Okay, so now we have that. So we're going to take another one of our tabs, which is number 43. Mark it off your bingo card. And we're going to add, oh, I should have lifted this one. I didn't. I didn't lift it. Can I lift it? Can I? It's probably been on there way too long to lift it up. Oh, nope, I'm not going to be able to do that. Oh, this one I might be able to. Okay. So I'm just going to lift this side up a little bit. And we'll get it all glued back down. It's okay. Everything will be okay. With that art glitter glue, when it grabs on, it grabs on. So I'm just trying to not rip a hole in my paper. I got to be able to get at least another little bit. I didn't think about the third card. Why didn't you guys remind me? It's not your fault, it's my fault. Okay, so for saving my card, I am going to take this part of my tab and I'm just going to take it off because I don't want to take the chances of losing any more of my card. So I am going to go ahead now and glue that back on. You know, and it's junk journaling. It's okay. It is okay. And now we're just going to put that back on, making sure that my hinge, you know, is able to hinge around the card. And it does. And now we'll add glue back in here and get it all glued back down. And nobody will know except for you guys. All right? Hi, Debbie. How are you today? Link the prints. The prints are at Etsy.com. Guided Creations, Printable Designs, and I will... Cynthia, can you put a link in the page for your printables, please, if you're still here? And so Debbie can get to the link. It is Guided Creations, Digital Designs at Etsy. .com. But I'll see if she's still on, she can put a link in. If not, I will send you the link, Debbie. But I don't know if she's still on. Cynthia, are you still watching? If you are, can you put your link into the so I can tab it or pin it? Or Sue, if you're there, or anybody else that's in this group. If you can do that. Okay, so I need to put glue on. I don't want to mess up again. Now I'm messing myself up. Okay, so we're going to have this one going here, but we want to put our tab inside. And she's got a whole set of the printables, Debbie. I should have put it in there. I didn't. I'm sorry. I need to put glue on this side. But I can send you the link, Debbie, when I get off, if she doesn't put it in. But you can go to Guided Creations Printable Designs on Facebook, and the link will be in there. And today it's 30% off. So go in there and shop today. Hi, Sue. It just says Sue's watching. Sue's watching. Let's see if I can do it from here. Let me see if I can do it from my lappy top. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. Guided Creations, Digital Designs. I can, I can't do that either. Huh. Yeah, Debbie, I'll send you the link. I can't I can't seem to do it while I'm live, but I will send you the link. So we have our set of 3. This one got a little bit off, so I'm just going to trim it so it doesn't look like it's off without cutting a hole in my pocket. And so now we have like a trifold of pockets that I can put in any journal that I'm working in, you know, kind of deal. So that's kind of fun. And these are all little pockets on this side. And I did get these little envelopes from Michaels. They have them in a little package, and they come in like a brown, or you can get them in a black, or you can get them in these white. And I think that turned out cute. So we did all of our stuff, and my time is up. Don't forget to refresh your page under the Guided Creations. And you can see Tamara's